is Valley News Live at 4.
This is just brick. You know, thankfully no one was here. What a mess. Yeah.
Cleanup begins for several South Fargo businesses today after a 3-alarm fire tore through a strip mall yesterday afternoon. The blaze destroyed multiple businesses, including Gigi's Playhouse. North Dakota's only Down Syndrome Achievement Center was ruled a total loss after its roof caved in. But Gigi says they intend to rebuild bigger and better than before, and they need your help to do it. You can find the link to donate on their website, gigisplayhouse.org/Fargo. And tonight on Valley News Live at 6, we'll hear from the president of Gigi's Playhouse on the impact of that fire and where they're going from here. That's tonight at 6. Now here's Hutch with a first look at your forecast. Hutch.
All right, Stacy, thanks so much. Beautiful conditions today with temperatures reaching the 70s up and down the valley. All in all, we're enjoying those mild temperatures even as we speak. It's a bit breezy, as we saw yesterday's temperatures only in those 60s. But for tonight, we're enjoying 70s from the valley and points west, mid 60s for Babe the Blue Ox there in Bemidji, and a few cumulus clouds of the fair weather variety in northern Minnesota. Out to the west, though, a smattering of showers and thunderstorms moving into areas that we really need the moisture. Right now, we're talking about temperatures that will slip down into the low 70s through the 6 o'clock hour and then 50s with some high clouds building into the area. I think we stay dry though, and our wind will become a lot less gusty as we cross into the sunset hours. We'll be in the 50s by late tonight in Grand Forks, and some of those showers out west may indeed impact your day tomorrow. I'll have hour-by-hour details on when and where here in just a few moments.
All right, thanks so much, Hutch. The man accused of killing and dismembering a teenager in Moorhead will not be allowed to withdraw his guilty plea. Ethan Broad is charged with second-degree intentional murder for the killing of Destiny Avery in April 2020. He admitted to killing her, but earlier this year, Broad said he wanted to withdraw his guilty plea, asking to take the case to trial. After a third competency evaluation, he was found competent to understand his plea agreement. Broad is scheduled to be sentenced next Friday. Fargo police are thanking a group of bystanders after they helped an officer with an arrest early this morning. Officers responded to a report of a man driving recklessly and hitting a parked car. They found 26-year-old Jacob Eiton at a gas station, but he ran away. When the officer caught up to him, he started physically resisting. That's when some bystanders stepped in and helped the officer get the suspect into handcuffs. He was arrested for 3 probation violations: possession of meth, refusing to halt, reckless driving, and leaving the scene of an accident. Children as young as 12 have started to get their COVID-19 vaccines ahead of the CDC Advisory Committee vote this afternoon. Michael George reports from New York.
13-year-old Tyler Moore got his first dose of Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine at Cape Fear Valley's COVID-19 vaccine clinic in North Carolina Wednesday.
It wasn't painful. It felt like a little tap on my shoulder.
The clinic didn't wait for the CDC Advisory Committee's virtual meeting and vote Wednesday on the use of Pfizer's vaccine for children 12 and older.
14 yay, and 1 refusal. The motion passes.
On Monday, the FDA authorized the expanded use of the Pfizer vaccine, which clinical trials found to be 100% effective in that age group. The dosing for 12 to 15-year-olds is the same as for older Americans, so pharmacies and providers could use the vaccine supply they already have in stock. Tyler's mother, Marva, says she's relieved to have her son get his first shot.
He was the last one in my household that needed to be vaccinated, and we can try to start taking vacations and spending time with family now.
While the focus is currently on adolescents, federal health officials say more needs to be done to vaccinate adults. The CDC says less than half of U.S. adults are fully vaccinated. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
The CDC cited a survey that found half of parents likely to get their adolescent vaccinated. The single-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine will be available in Clay County tomorrow. This comes after months of requesting doses from the state, as well as the pause while investigators looked into the side effects of the shot. Nearly 40% of the population has received their first dose of a COVID vaccine, with 34% now completing the series. But like much of the country, Clay County health officials say less people are coming in to get vaccinated.
Our team met this week to talk about the slow decline in those first doses are what we're seeing as very limited second doses. So the uptake is less.
You can get the J&J shot tomorrow from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. We have the link to register for an appointment on our website, valleynewslive.com. Cass County Public Health is trying to make it easier for everyone to get vaccinated. The health department is asking Cass County residents who are homebound and unable to get the shot to give them a call. Residents and caregivers can contact the health department at the number on your screen, 701-298-6951. Essentia Health will vaccinate 12 to 15-year-olds starting tomorrow. Many Essentia locations accept walk-ins, but you can also make an appointment using MyChart or by calling the number on your screen. A consent form must be signed by a parent or guardian. If you're looking for more options to get the vaccine, use our VNL vaccine tracker. It's on the homepage of our website, or you can open your phone camera and point it at the QR code on your screen, then tap the link that pops up. Fallen nurses are being remembered in Washington, D.C. today. In honor of International Nurses Day, National Nurses United placed 400 pairs of shoes near the White House. That's to recognize the more than 400 nurses who died from COVID-19. The union says those deaths were caused by a lack of action from the government and their employers to protect nurses from getting infected at work. Tonight, the names of each of the fallen nurses will be projected onto the American Federation of Labor building. A Minnesota judge has found aggravating factors in the death of George Floyd. In his ruling, the judge found that former Minneapolis officer Derek Chauvin abused his authority as a police officer when he restrained Floyd during the arrest last year. The judge also found Chauvin treated Floyd with particular cruelty. The ruling paves the way for the possibility of a longer sentence for Chauvin, who was convicted in April on murder and manslaughter charges. He's scheduled to be sentenced June 25th. Even with the aggravating factors, legal experts say Chauvin is unlikely to get more than 30 years. It's graduation season. The MSUM class of 2021 is celebrating tomorrow, but it'll look a bit different this year. The close to 800 graduates won't walk the stage. They'll appear on a virtual podium when their names are called. Smaller in-person ceremonies will be held for graduate and international students. School staff says it hasn't been the easiest year for students, so it's especially important to celebrate their achievements. You can find the link to watch the graduation ceremonies on valleynewslive.com. A food distribution program designed to help families during the pandemic is coming to an end. The Farmers to Families Food Box program delivered nearly 167 million boxes of fresh food to families in need. The boxes were given away at the West Acres Mall and Moorhead Center Mall during the YMCA's Farmers to Families events. Construction is starting on a new BMX racetrack in Grand Forks. Red River BMX and Hugo's are breaking ground on the new Hugo's Raceway this afternoon. The new location south of the Alerus Center will provide an upgraded track, more centralized location, and it will allow the group to host regional and national races. The first races are scheduled for June 1st. A fundraiser is planned this weekend for a 23-year-old who's on a ventilator battling COVID-19. We told you on Saturday that his supporters gathered at the hospital wearing their Brady Strong shirts. Brady Monroe has a long battle over the past few weeks fighting through collapsed lungs, blood clots, and other ailments. A Breakfast for Brady fundraiser will be held this Sunday at the Argusville Community Center from 8 in the morning until 12:30. You can also help by visiting the website on your screen.
It is a creature from hell.
Coming up, the murder hornet outlook for summer. How many colonies are expected and where?
And temperatures this morning, not in the teens. We did have a couple of 20s out to the far east, but by and large, it got milder this morning and this afternoon. Sunshine caused temperatures to soar. Your forecast includes a couple of raindrops, maybe a rumble of thunder. I'll have those details next.